Over the many years I've been practicing magic, I've noticed something. When people tell me their magic stopped working, they usually assume they need better techniques, more training, stronger concentration, a more elaborate ritual, a more powerful talisman, more vivid visualization. And these things are important, and much of what I listed there are parts of the successful magical practices that we teach in our courses, and they are important. But even when all our technical bases are covered, our magic will never consistently bear fruit unless we are tending to its roots. What I mean by roots is something that we can only discover if we ask ourselves one question. What do I believe is true about myself? And the reason this is an important question, and an important question to come back to frequently throughout your life, your magic always organizes itself around your belief systems. Your magic always organizes itself around your belief systems, not around your desires, not around your wishes, but around what you believe is true. This is what forms the sphere of magical influence that we have, your belief systems. You may share some of these very common beliefs, that you're not worthy, that good things never last, happiness belongs to other people, or even that happiness cannot be achieved by anyone. Somehow you must earn the right to be blessed. You must gather more things in order to be successful, etc. So no matter what these beliefs are, every magical operation has to flow within the currents of those belief structures. It's just how it is. Now, you may allow yourself to get results. Many people do, but they don't last. Why is that? Because eventually everything must drift back to your root beliefs. A lot of times what people say is, oh, this is all about self-sabotage. I must be sabotaging myself. And in a way that can be true because the ego is based upon ideas of self-destruction. But you at your core, you don't want to destroy yourself. You are not your ego. What looks like self-sabotage is really just your mind working to align reality with your belief structures. It's trying to do something good for you. It believes all of those ego structures, which may be self-destructive, but you're not destroying yourself. You're trying to protect yourself. Remember, you are not your ego. Your ego is just a bunch of belief habits that you formed. Your deepest beliefs are like the roots of a tree, and the visible parts of your life are the branches and the fruits on those branches. So everything that you might be doing spells for, prosperity, healing, confidence, success, jobs, loving relationships, even peace of mind, those are all the fruits growing on the branches of your tree. And most of us spend our time trying to polish the fruit and make it look better. But what we must do is nourish the roots, because when the roots are healthy, the fruit is naturally healthy. One of the greatest misunderstandings in magical practice is this idea that we have to become enough first, and then we can be successful. We imagine that if we become disciplined enough, powerful enough, spiritual enough, forgiving enough, successful enough, whatever the enoughs are, if we have enough knowledge, if we have enough tools, if we do enough rituals, if we do enough meditation, then perhaps we'll be successful. But this perspective reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of spirit. Spirit is the presence of love itself. Spirit does not decide to love you after you've done enough or gathered enough, become enough. Spirit loves you because love is its essential nature. It can do nothing else. A mother lion doesn't have to be persuaded to love her cub. The love is naturally present, already there. And in an even more perfect way, the divine doesn't have to be convinced to love you because the love is already flowing. It's actually the fabric out of which you are created. You are pure love at your essence as well. Most of us don't understand that because we have these erroneous belief structures that are standing in the way of our realization of the truth about our nature and the nature of the universe. The question isn't whether spirit loves you. The question is whether you are willing to experience it. Notice I'm not saying that you have to learn to love yourself. Many people hear, oh, you must learn to love yourself. And there's some truth to that. But when you hear that, it's very easy to become immediately discouraged because we say, well, I don't know how to do that. Thanks for that. How do I love myself? And that's totally understandable because if you've spent years, like most of us have, criticizing yourself and listening to criticism maybe from our parents and our teachers and our friends and our enemies and our mates and all of the people in our lives, how are you supposed to just wake up one morning and say, I'm overflowing with self-love today? Our belief systems direct the current of energy in our lives. So don't try to love yourself. That's not the best way to start. Start where truth exists already. Simply become willing to experience the love that the universe has for you. This is not something you have to manufacture yourself. You don't have to deserve it. You do not have to understand it. You simply have to become willing to notice something that's always been there. That's your job, is willingness to notice something that's already there. If somebody asked you to sit down for a moment and experience the air against your skin, it's not something you notice throughout the day. Maybe you've never thought about it, but you wouldn't have to create the air. You wouldn't have to create the experience. You just have to notice it. It's always been there. Let's just take a moment and do that. Close your eyes and notice the air against your skin. Don't judge it. Don't have an opinion about it. Just notice it. It's there. The love of spirit is the same thing. It doesn't begin loving you because you've noticed it. What begins is your awareness of it. When you begin having an awareness of that love, your magic becomes less like swimming against a current and more like riding a current toward your desired destination. The effort starts to soften. The fear starts to dissolve. The struggle starts to break apart. And this isn't because you've suddenly become a different person and learned how to love yourself. This is just simply due to the fact that you've stopped resisting your own spiritual nature. There is a very simple daily spiritual practice that you can incorporate no matter where you are in your development. And it only takes a few moments. So you already have all the equipment and you already have all the time to do it. You just have to be willing to do it. And take several times every day to pause for just 1 to 2 minutes. Close your eyes if you can. Relax your body to the best of your ability. Take an easy breath and quietly repeat, Spirit loves me exactly as I am right now. You don't need to say Spirit. You can use any word that is meaningful to you. God loves me. The Goddess loves me. The Infinite loves me. The universe loves me. Reality loves me. Whatever is meaningful to you. But today I'm using the word spirit. So let's just do that together once. Wherever you are, if you are in a place where you can close your eyes, do so. If not, leave your eyes open. Take an easy breath, relax your body to the best of your ability, and quietly repeat, either aloud or mentally, Spirit loves me exactly as I am right now. Let's say that 3 times total. Spirit loves me exactly as I am right now. Spirit loves me exactly as I am right now. We're not trying to convince ourselves of this. We're not straining to believe something. We're just noticing something. We're noticing the air against our skin. Now, when you're practicing this throughout your day, if fearful thoughts arise, don't argue with them. Don't wrestle with them. Simply return to this basic truth. Spirit loves me exactly as I am right now. A lot of times what happens when you hear metaphysical and magical talk, it sounds like when we have a negative thought or a self-loathing thought that we're supposed to get rid of it. But what happens when you try to get rid of a self-loathing thought or a negative thought or an angry thought or a fearful thought? What we do to get rid of it is we press it down and suppress it out of our awareness. That is a type of spell casting. It's a projection, because what you make secret, you make sacred. How many times do we say repeat a spell until it feels true to you and then let it go, forget about it completely? Well, for many of us, our fearful thoughts, our angry thoughts, our upsets already feel real to us. And so then when we try to suppress them out of our consciousness, we're giving them power. So don't do that. Don't listen to anybody that tells you to stop thinking of a negative thought. That's not what we do. What we do is we put another thought beside it. We put a chosen thought beside it. And if we choose a truthful thought, the truthful thought always has more power and eventually takes care of the other thought for us. Much like when we enter a dark room and we turn on a light or we light a candle, the light itself takes care of the darkness. We don't have to rush the darkness out of the room. We focus on the light and let the darkness be taken care of for us. So anytime you have a fearful thought or an angry thought or a doubtful thought or any thought that is contrary to whatever your purposes are, don't wrestle with them. Don't fight them. Don't suppress them. Instead, find a thought that is closer to the truth and place it right beside it, and it'll take care of it for you. And in this case, our thought is, Spirit loves me exactly as I am right now. And you can just say that for the rest of your life and know that it's true. Over time, as you start practicing like this, something beautiful begins to happen. You begin making decisions from a different point of view. You're less frightened, so you're less apt to make decisions out of fear. You become less desperate, so you make fewer decisions out of the feeling of desperation. You become less convinced that you must struggle your way into blessings, so you stop fighting and start allowing the magic to work for you. Your magic becomes calmer, natural, and most importantly, your magic becomes more consistent. And this is not because you've mastered some complicated practice, but because you're mastering a truly occult technique. And remember, all the occult masters hide the most important secrets in plain sight. And this one is there for everybody anytime they want to practice it. You're coming from the point of view that you don't have to learn how to love yourself. You don't have to change all of your beliefs all at once. You have to become aware of the love that the universe already has for you. And when you return to the root from which all of your magic truly grows, everything else you do, your spells, your rituals, your talismans, your affirmations, your incantations, become very effective because they grow from healthy roots. So instead of asking Spirit for favors, recognize that Spirit already loves you and already wants to give you everything that you want. The idea that your desires are something that you need to convince Spirit to give you is the problem. Whatever you truly desire from your heart is there for you to have. If you happen to be desiring something that's not good for you and that's not good for someone else, Spirit will love you through that as well. And through that love will change that desire. And this is the magic of this or something even better. When we say this or something even better with whatever our spell happens to be, we're inviting that love to elevate our desire into something even better. So you don't have to worry that your desires are bad or that your desires are sinful or something like that. They are not. They are a gift to you from Spirit to be realized. And you are meant to be happy. You are meant to be successful. You are meant to be prosperous. You're not meant to be tormented by your desires. You're meant to fulfill your desires. And you know what happens when you fulfill a desire? A new one is on its way. And that's called growth and expansion. And it's exactly the way it should be. So before you light the next candle and begin the next spell, take a quiet moment and notice that you are already loved in this moment, exactly as you are, without having to change anything. You're loved not someday in the future. You're loved not after you've fixed something about yourself. Definitely not after you've become more spiritual. Right now, exactly as you are. Yeah, but I'm holding a lot of resentment. Spirit loves you. Oh, I have some really bad habits. Spirit loves you. I have the worst anger. Spirit loves you. I am so undisciplined. Spirit loves you. And it's through realizing that love, it's through experiencing that air on your skin, that those things start to heal themselves. And we notice that when we are healing through the love that Spirit has for us, those healings happen very easily and gently, and even, might I say, enjoyably, because it's happening right now, regardless of where you are or where you think you should be. Magic doesn't happen for you after you become worthy. If that were the case, you wouldn't need magic, would you? You'd already be doing, having, being everything that you want. You wouldn't need magic. So magic is the vehicle through which you grow, through which you achieve. So you don't have to wait until you're powerful to use power. It's through the use of power that you become more powerful. You don't have to wait to become more spiritual to work with Spirit. It's through working with Spirit that you become more spiritual. You don't have to wait for anything to get going. The one thing that will help you, though, is taking a moment several times throughout the day and just tuning in to where Spirit is already working with you, loving you. Everybody needs an advocate, right? Well, you've got one. You always have. It's just that you've not noticed and you've been looking everywhere outside of yourself for something that's always been there. If you can just take those very sacred moments throughout the day and just recalibrate to where Spirit already loves you right now the way you are, you explode with power and you begin living magically. Magic begins the instant you stop resisting the power of magic itself. I'm going to let you in on a secret. The power of everything in the universe is the power of love. So magic is the power of love. Now, it's true that many people thwart the power of love, much like you can use electricity to light a home or electrocute someone. You can use water to quench thirst, wash somebody, or drown them. It's not the power that's the problem. But if you allow love to inform your magic rather than telling love what it is, not only are you going to get what you want, but you're going to get it in a way that's much better than anything you could have dreamed up on your own. And that doesn't mean that you should stop dreaming. It means dream, let that magic flow through the dream, and by the power of love that Spirit has for you, that dream becomes expanded and upgraded. And once you begin living from that perspective, everything becomes possible to you. Everything becomes possible to you. Spirit loves you exactly as you are right now. Thank you so much for listening today. I so appreciate you. Until next time, blessed be.